Yes, graduates, welcome to Hard Talk Podcast with HTK. Fasten your seatbelts. Hey, users and subscribers, welcome back to another episode of Hard Talk with HTK. So, we are going to update you on some recent happenings with regards to the Adriana Young's case again, but there are also some other things that are popping up across the diaspora that I wanted to draw your attention to. First off, we wish to send our well wishes, send words of comfort, prayers of comfort to the Young family, because we know that the funeral for Adriana is tomorrow. We hope that the ceremony goes well, goes smoothly, and that it goes without much disruption in terms of protests. We're asking the public to please bring a spirit of peace so that this little girl can finally be laid to rest. It has been a tumultuous period for this family, and I can't imagine what they might be going through right now, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, as the day to lay her to rest approaches. It's got to be a very difficult time for them. And as such, we are sending words of encouragement to this family. They have truly fought for justice and will continue to fight for justice. But I do appreciate the fact that they have allowed a stillness to fall over their voices so they can focus on their daughter. And I'm speaking namely of the mother and the father of Adriana Young. It is highly likely that the emotions will be refreshed and raw tomorrow as the reality hits that they will be saying their goodbyes to her physical body. But in their minds, there will be turmoil with regards to whether or not their daughter will be sleeping in peace. Because to date, we have yet to see any kind of justice or conclusion for this little girl. Now, a recent post that was found on Facebook by VPAC Guyana is about a 16-year-old work-study student who claims that she was nearly poisoned at NDC. Now, I'd like you to listen to this troubling allegation and pay attention to the details here in the connection with the Adriana Young case. So here is the post. It says, a troubling allegation has emerged from the Ministry of Education's work-study program involving a 16-year-old student from Den Amstel who was reportedly summoned to a room to taste poison while on placement at the Mettenmeer Zorg Neighborhood Democratic Council on Tuesday, the 18th of June. According to her father, Kwame Underwood, who spoke with the individual while standing outside the NDC office the following morning, his daughter narrowly avoided ingesting the unknown substance after she was caught to taste it. Another staff member said, "Don't drink that, it's poison." The student has since been left shaken and traumatized. Though she did not consume the substance, she expressed fear over the situation. Her father accompanied her back to the NDC on the morning of June 19th, where they confronted staff. An employee confirmed the girl's account and stated that he had indeed warned the student not to drink anything given to her because she was being called to ingest poison. The student was also able to identify the man who summoned her to taste the poison. That man was reportedly taken into a closed-door meeting while the student and her father were left outside. As of press time, no arrests have been made and no public explanation has been given by the NDC or the Ministry of Local Government. The official response to Mr. Underwood was a confession and an attempt to explain the incident away as a joke, which indeed is a criminal matter. Even more concerning are reports that Officer Leroy Smith has been assigned to take statements from the 16-year-old teen. Due to his place in the heart of the controversy and speculation on the day of Adriana Young's body, Being pulled from the pool at Doubleday Hotel, family members have expressed anxiety over this choice. In a follow-up conversation with the publication of VPAC, Mr. Underwood revealed that his daughter was one of the only Afro-Guyanese individuals assigned to that department. She has since disclosed that during her placement, she frequently overheard disparaging comments made by staff members about Afro-Guyanese people. These experiences left her feeling isolated and unsafe even before the incident with the poisonous substance. Now there are genuine concerns about her safety should she continue her work placement at this location. This revelation raises serious concerns about racial hostility within a government institution. If substantiated, the conduct described could amount to workplace racial harassment and a violation of Guyana's constitutional protections and anti-discrimination laws. The incident may also fall under the mandate of the Ethnic Relations Commission, ERC, which is empowered to investigate acts of racial intolerance and promote harmony among ethnic groups. Child protection and legal failures legal experts note that the reported incident may constitute a breach of several laws, including the Child Care and Protection Act 2009, which prohibits exposing minors to physical or emotional harm, the Criminal Law Offences Act, which criminalizes attempts to administer harmful substances and defines child endangerment as a punishable offense, the Occupational Health and Safety Act, which sets strict protocols for workplace safety, particularly where minors or untrained individuals are involved. Given the child's status as a student placed by the Ministry of Education, the incident also calls into question the protocols governing the work-study program and the level of vetting and supervision conducted before assigning students to government offices. The family has been advised of the following. Mr. Underwood has been encouraged to take the following steps: to file a formal police report at the Leonora Police Station, to seek medical evaluation for the child, including toxicological screening and a psychological assessment, to report the matter to the Child Care and Protection Agency, which is mandated to intervene in cases of potential abuse or endangerment, to formally notify the Ministry of Education in writing, demanding a full review of the placement process, to file a complaint with the Ethnic Relations Commission regarding the racial harassment and toxic environment. As this matter is escalated, they await and expect public statements from the Ministry of Education, the NDC, the Ministry of Local Government, the Ethnic Relations Commission, and the Guyana Police Force. The incident underscores the need for urgent reforms to protect children and young people placed in state-run institutions, particularly those from marginalized communities. It also reinforces broader concerns about the lack of effective oversight and accountability within local government bodies. In response to the individual claiming that it was a joke or a prank, this was the response of this post. While the NDC attempted to dismiss this as a cruel prank, it reflects something deeper and more dangerous. The institutions involved owe the public answers, and more importantly, they owe a 16-year-old girl the justice, protection, and dignity that every child in this country deserves. If Guyana is serious about protecting its youth and fostering racial harmony, this case must not be swept under the rug. Mr. Underwood recorded the confession and statements made to him at the NDC as evidence of his claims, should anyone seek to change any details to suit a narrative. The first thing that obviously jumped out at me, obviously because we're focusing on the Adriana Young case, is the fact that this damn Leroy Smith who seems to be above the law, is not on any kind of administrative leave, but very much up and front and center, doing his duties. So he's not on desk duty. He's not been assigned to something else. He's still on the front line, dealing with cases, working with the public. And here he is, investigating and getting involved with a case with yet another minor. Now, this to me is the heights of slackness from the Guyana Police Force. And with regards to this case about the 16-year-old, okay, I can understand that many people are going to say, well, the incident didn't actually happen, but to imagine that it could have happened, she could have drunk that. What if she had not been given the warning? We would have been saying a very different thing. And for that to take place within a government organization while the child is on placement and should be being supervised, and there should be some child protection going on in that workplace because this is a minor on placement. This is definitely an injustice. It is. To think that it happened in that space is even more damning, because this child has revealed that there has been racial discrimination taking place within that space, which is a government institution. Now, if people within a government institution can freely vocalize racial intolerance, then from the top down, there is major racism and division between peoples in the Guyana community. It is a shame. So we do hope that this case really does get looked into, and that the recommendations made are followed through, and they sound like very good recommendations. I'm not quite certain about the toxicology report because she had not drunk the substance, but who to tell if other things haven't been put in her drinks or in her food while she has been on placement. You understand? But to imagine that Leroy Smith is still very much there and still involved in a case with a child is crazy to me. Because how can this individual, who is supposed to be being properly questioned and investigated, it just shows you that what the aunt said and the mother with regards to the case being closed, that this is completely factual, and that the president of Guyana has turned his back on this case. It is not going to go any further based on the actions that are at play right in front of the face of the Guyanese people. The mere fact that this man is on the front line shows you that the Guyanese police force have closed the case and closed internal investigations and queries with regards to this member of staff. He has been cleared of all of the allegations, or this, cleared of any suspicion with regards to Adriana Young, his presence in the hotel, the fact that he was seen descending from a burning building without any care in the world. None of these things have sent an alarm to anyone in power. So this tells you that the noise that's being made is falling on deaf ears. It's not being taken seriously. As far as the police force is concerned, they have done due diligence, and it doesn't matter that the public are still demanding justice. As far as they're concerned, they've crossed all the X's and ticked all the boxes, and there's nothing more to be done. Now, remember this private investigator or crime investigator? I can't remember exactly what her title is, but she has got experience when it comes to investigating crime scenes. She's got some expertise here, who appeared on the Nigel London interview. She's come again, and she's done this video where she's pointing to the fact that the uncle is in the company of all of the people who are suspected of having something to do with Adriana's death. Now, I want you to listen to this video and do put your opinions of this in the comments. Personally, I did see the blue suitcase going in and out, and I thought to myself, maybe it was a guest that was trying to exit, and then was told to go back in because there's questioning taking place. I'm not certain, but she seems to think that there's something else going on with regards to the blue suitcase. I don't know if she suspects that possibly the child's body was there before they had to turn back because it was too risky for them to exit the building. But anyway, take a look at this video.
What you're about to hear isn't just relevant, it's critical. These details wove the fabric in this crime. As I stated in my initial interview with Nigel London, a crime of this magnitude and its concealment required a coordinated effort, a community of people. This wasn't an act of one. It was the silence of many. In this footage, you'll notice and witness a crowd. Watch closely. Rewind as many times necessary. Focus on the blue suitcase. It begins to exit the building, but it is slowly pulled back. Why? Because someone demanded. The risks were too high, too close to being found out. Why is her uncle, a family member, positioned in this group? Every single person in this video must be treated as a person of interest. Most of the truth of Adriana Young's disappearance and death lies within this crowd.
I'm not going to comment much on the blue suitcase situation because I think that that's highly speculative. However, I'm going to comment on the fact that there is one thing that she said that does make absolute sense. The fact that Stefon is in the accompaniment of the suspects. That's really strange to me because this is your family member, a little girl that is missing. Why are you so comfortable being amongst these people? You're not raising an alarm. You're not directing any anger towards them. You are basically meandering in and out of this group as though they are your circle of people. Your whole body language shows an alignment with the members of staff, the owners, Leroy, Smith as well. You're just there beside them as though it's no big deal. And I did find that to be particularly odd. Now I'm going to just look into Stefan just for a little bit because I know that there are lots of questions about whether or not Stefan is somebody who should also be investigated. And this video caught my eye, and I want you to listen to exactly what has to say.
She brother, she small brother, and the sister said that she asked them if they want to go inside the big pool, but they said that no, they don't want to go there because they can't swim. So then she ended up coming out and she hold one in the railing. So, no kids already, kids are always like playing and things and so. And just went inside there, and after that we did not see her back. Little cousin get carried away when if she get kidnapped or what really going on with she Jai. So Brian know my cousin that says 1:30 today. She disappeared up to now we ain't finding she. We ain't finding she body or nothing. We ain't finding she, we ain't find she body or nothing. We ain't finding she, we ain't find she body or nothing. We ain't finding she, we ain't find she body or nothing. Nothing. We ain't know if anything happened to she. We ain't know if she run away or she freak if I come back or whatever. I really know. We really know what happened. Oh, alright, no problem. This is the place. This is the place. This is the this is called the clubhouse upstairs, Sky something. Skylar. Huh? Skylar or something. This is the pool, this is the hotel there. It's on Tushin Public Road. This is the place, people. Yeah, this water energy, nothing adding up. Everything is there like a puzzle right now. Right now we have to fix every single thing. We have to fix it for make it feel like a crime. For make it feel like a crime. For make it feel like a crime. You understand? We don't know if this girl get kidnapped or what really going on because she disappeared without no sign. She went inside the pool. The girl was inside the pool there with her sister and brother, and she rest her cousins them and nieces or whatever, right? Come on, buddy. Your bag is there with your money. If the girl been run away, she so hatch your purse, she so hatch your bag or whatever and them things. So she will make it a plan for run away because now these days are going on right now. Then me care who young from who ain't old, wherever, then get away, then must got a little boyfriend when gone.
So, why did he say we now have to make it look like a crime? What did he mean by that? First, he was trying to say that it's possible that Adriana was kidnapped, but he's claiming that he hasn't found her. They haven't found her body. If you notice, the video editor, pulled up that haven't found her body part as though he had already had an inkling that she had died. And this was before the body was discovered. He then goes on to say, we have to fix it to make it seem like a crime. Now, I don't know if this was a Freudian slip, which meant that he spoke a truth when he never really meant to speak a truth. And it came out this way because when you're fixing something to look like a crime, it means that it wasn't a crime. But you're going to set it up to make it look like it could be, it's something criminal that's taken place. Is it that Stefon is aware of something that took place that was tragic, and rather than have fingers pointing towards the grandmother or the family, he would rather go with the narrative that it's a crime to deflect blame? I'm just thinking out loud because the wording is particularly strange. Now, interestingly, the uncle also placed a song on his page, a video, so to speak, of Adriana with a combination of all of her pictures before he was under suspicion. Even Haley Comet liked this video and reposted it. Now, in this video, the lyrics are speaking holistically about sacrificing the child, that the fact that she did not drown in the pool, that she was murdered. And I find it odd that he would post that as a guilty person, so to speak. It's like he was actually trying to send a message across to the public that he may be aware of what has taken place and that it's more than just what it looks like on the surface. Is it that Stefon knew what happened and also knows who's involved is another question that also needs to be looked into. Now, him knowing also makes him complicit with the crime. It doesn't make him innocent. And his body language during his live he didn't seem upset. He was very blasé about the whole thing.
Adriana Young, R.I.P. Then Jeffy hide up, the truth must reveal. No matter how hard them try, them couldn't stop the shine. God always I watch him never sleep. How the system corrupt, the evidence a try but a justice we say for Adriana Young. Only 11 years old, how them heart it's a cool a sacrifice, but the truth must be told. Couldn't believe it when them tell me say, as a boy and daughter who them killed in a double day. Can't believe she gone away. Couldn't believe it when me get for find out. Send a sacrifice the youth and claim say them know nothing, yeah. Autopsy claim say she died by jump, but we not take that script if stand a clown. A lot of right going on a wrong tongue, but we want closure and I want get gunned down. System I try, hold we down, but I got over devil we are set and we proud. Adriana Young, R.I.P. Then Jeffy hide up, the truth must reveal. No matter how hard them try, them couldn't stop the shine. God always I watch him never sleep. How the system corrupt, the evidence a try but a justice we say for Adriana Young. Only 11 years old, how them heart it's a...
There was another little clip, which I'm about to play now, where he is just walking through the streets telling people to, share the live, like up the live, whatever, which I found very odd for somebody who's just discovered that his little cousin was has been found dead in the pool. And he refers to his cousin, if he refers to Adriana as the little girl. They found a little girl in the pool, which is so distant and remote. An approach to the situation as though he had no emotions for Adriana at all.
Yes, people, coming live again. The place we find the girl. Lagging people, you're lagging, you're coming live, come in and share up. Come on. Get my house there, we'll be. Yeah. We find your little girl there that said the pool, huh?
Now, ironically, Stefon is celebrating his birthday today. That's right, people. And he has not put the brakes on in terms of promoting his work, his event, so to speak. He is very much pushing this, advertising as normal. There is no pause to say, let's cancel this because my little cousin was found murdered. No, he's still full steam ahead with his DJing, his excitement, his bashment, so to speak. Him, one bag of excitement a go on. Him not stop talk about him birthday. Him have people all advertising birthday party. The man nah show no kind of shift in him energy. You understand? I found that also to be very strange. I'm like, you're clearly not that connected. It's not that deep for Stefon that Adriana has died. To him, it's business as usual. He's moving on with life. There's no mourning period. There's no postponing of his birthday party. He's still having his birthday party. And maybe it was a cost factor. I'm not going to be too judgmental here because when you are planning an event, you plan things well ahead of time. You book things well ahead of time. There's things like deposits to consider, consignments to consider, things that you can't just drop and cancel without it being a huge cost implication to yourself. But, you would think that he would incorporate some kind of justice for Adriana in the movement towards his birthday celebration. If it's even to stick it on the flyer or something, I would have done something to be sensitive to the situation. And to think that your birthday party is literally the day before the funeral, which is creepy in itself. So there were lots of questions around Stefon and his involvement. Remember, I also told you that when they were blocking the road, Stefon very discreetly moved his car and exited before his car could get, blocked in by the barricade, so he could make a quick move, right? And that was visible in the long video where they were gearing up to go and search the pool.
I said, no, Adriana, it's me. I said, man, come and eat something. So Adriana said, okay, Granny, I'll go and tell my sister that she keep an eye on her small brother. So when I go and keep an eye on her small brother now, she head to the washroom and she called back. So her brother said she was in front of the washroom. And after that, he said he did not see her anymore. So my mom decided to call me and ask me, Stefon, Adriana is me? I said, no, Adriana is me. I said, man, come and eat something. So I said, no, Adriana is me. I said, man, come and eat something. So Adriana said, okay, Granny, I'll go and tell my sister that she keep an eye on her small brother. So when I go and keep an eye on her small brother now, she head to the washroom and she called back. So her brother said she was in front of the washroom. And after that, he said he did not see her anymore. So my mom decided to call me and ask me, Stefon, Adriana is me? I said, no, Adriana is me. I said, man, come and eat something. So I said, no, Adriana is me. I said, man, come and eat something. So Adriana said, okay, Granny, I'll go and tell my sister that she keep an eye on her small brother. So when I go and keep an eye on her small brother now, she head to the washroom and she called back. So her brother said she was in front of the washroom. And after that, he said he did not see her anymore. So my mom decided to call me and ask me, Stefon, Adriana is me? I said, no, Adriana is me. I said, man, come and eat something. So I said, no, Adriana is me. I said, man, come and eat something. So Adriana said, okay, Granny, I'll go and tell my sister that she keep an eye on her small brother. So when I go and keep an eye on her small brother now, she head to the washroom and she called back. So her brother said she was in front of the washroom. And after that, he said he did not see her anymore. So my mom decided to call me and ask me, Stefon, Adriana is me? I said, no, Adriana is me. I said, man, come and eat something. So I said, no, Adriana is me. I I said, man, come and eat something. So Adriana said, okay, Granny, I'll go and tell my sister that she keep an eye on her small brother. Yeah. So when I go and keep an eye on her small brother now, she head to the washroom and she called back. So her brother said she was in front of the washroom. And after that, he said he did not see her anymore. So my mom decided to call me and ask me, Stefan, Adriana is me? I said, no, Adriana is me. I said, man, come and eat something. So I said, no, Adriana is me. I said, man, come and eat something. So Adriana said, okay, Granny, I'll go and tell my sister that she keep an eye on her small brother. Yeah. So when I go and keep an eye on her small brother now, she head to the washroom and she called back. So her brother said she was in front of the washroom. And after that, he said he did not see her anymore. So my mom decided to call me and ask me, Stefan, Adriana is me? I said, no, Adriana is me. I said, man, come and eat something. So I said, no, Adriana is me. I said, man, come and eat something. So Adriana said, okay, Granny, I'll go and tell my sister that she keep an eye on her small brother. Yeah. So when I go and keep an eye on her small brother now, she head to the washroom and she called back. So her brother said she was in front of the washroom. And after that, he said he did not see her anymore. So my mom decided to call me and ask me, Stefan, Adriana is me? I said, no, Adriana is me. I said, man, come and eat something. So I said, no, Adriana is me. I said, man, come and eat something. So Adriana said, okay, Granny, I'll go and tell my sister that she keep an eye on her small brother. Yeah. So when I go and keep an eye on her small brother now, she head to the washroom and she called back. So her brother said she was in front of the washroom. And after that, he said he did not see her anymore. So my mom decided to call me and ask me, Stefan, Adriana is...
Now, I also found this voice note to be very, very strange, because why is he claiming that the grandmother actually spoke to Adriana and told Adriana to come and eat something, and Adriana said, okay, Granny, I'm going to tell my sister to keep an eye on my small brother? So it wasn't Gabriella that actually went to go and fetch Adriana, as we heard the grandmother say repeatedly. Who is it that the grandmother actually spoke to and said, go and call the rest of the siblings for something to eat? He's giving more detail. He's talking about the fact that she then went to the restroom. And then the little brother said he saw her going to the restroom, and then suddenly he didn't see her anymore. This is a completely different angle to the entire story that we've been listening to. He's giving the impression that Adriana was the one that was spoken to. He's also giving the impression that she made an excuse to go to the toilet, like she needed to use the restroom, and she was asking the younger sister to look after the brother while she went to the restroom, and that the younger brother saw her going to the restroom, and then he didn't see her anymore after that, and hence the whole alarm afterwards. So Stefan, I don't know where Stefan's getting this story from, if he's getting that directly from the grandmother. Somebody miscommunicated something here, because this is definitely not what the grandmother said. So I can understand why there were lots of question marks around Stefan's name. And also the fact that his responses online have been very unhelpful for his case. He literally made a couple of posts about Adriana, some little videos and stuff like that. And then it's been full steam ahead with his life. This does not feel like somebody who's mourning or who has any remorse about a situation. And as I said, him being in the presence of the people who were being accused of doing something to his cousin, it doesn't sit well with me at all. But I want to bring to you this video, this breaking news video here. And in this video, the same crime investigator or forensics investigator, has said that a witness has come forward confidentially to share gruesome details about what took place with Adriana's body leading up to when she was found. Now, remember, say, when we did a looking at the whole situation, I tell you, say that there is no way they should have left the room unsearched, the room with the chlorine. And I said that that's where her body is, or was. That's where the body was. And they missed the opportunity to locate that body on time to discover the crime. Well, this lady is saying exactly the same thing. And listen for yourself. It's pretty chilling, the information that she is now revealing.
A confidential witness has come forward with chilling details about what really happened before Adriana reappeared back in that pool. Adriana was kept in the chlorine room. She was placed inside a freezer. The white markings on her body, chlorine. She was transported on a trolley from the top floor of the Doubleday Hotel. While covered in sheets, her lifeless hands slipped out, exposing the unthinkable. Hotel staff set that room on fire. Police stood by. Police are involved. The cousin in the pink shirt, involved. And the nurse's statement, 100% correct. They're orchestrating distractions, trying to redirect the focus and throw off the truth. But don't take the bait. Zero in on the hotel owner's son. This isn't the first time something like this has happened at the hotel. Now, remember my last video? I told you to pay attention to the suitcase. This time, watch the officer. As the blue suitcase comes into view as what should have been recorded on the body-worn camera, notice this. His body-worn camera is not on his shirt. He throws his hands up and turns away. And only after the suitcase is out of range, he places his body-worn camera back on his shirt. This is not the act of one person. This is a coordinated cover-up.
I am not liking the sound of these things that are coming up. It just, boy, it just coming like say, we're missing information now that will never ever be recouped because them burned down the place and all of the crime scene gone up in a flames. And, you know, this is the part of it that reeks of a cover-up. Because who started the fire is another question. Yes, they've ruled it as arson. But was it the public that started the fire? Remember, we saw the people that owned the hotel just walk around like no big deal when the smoke was coming out of the building. Which gives me the impression that they were well aware that the fire was set and the fire was coming out of the building before people started to respond to it. Who was inside the building to have set the fire is the key thing, you know. And by the things that she's saying that the police were involved, that they knew about the fire, and that the fire was started in that room. A lot has been destroyed by those flames, and it's been destroyed by those flames deliberately. You understand? Now, I want to know if the Doubleday Hotel will be covered insurance-wise for this. It's vandalism, it's arson. No doubt insurance will cover this, so rebuilding it will not be a problem if they get a payout to cover certain things. Boy, people, so much is up in the air while Adriana will be going down in the ground, right? There's a sixth sense in me that tells me that something is going to come out of tomorrow's event that we may not necessarily like. And we just have to pray it away. I have a nervous feeling about tomorrow's funeral. As much as I'm wanting peace. I'm wanting it to go smoothly. I just have a feeling, a gut feeling. But we're going to leave it there for now. And as I said, we're just going to pray for that family that the funeral goes smoothly. And that they do not give up hope in terms of justice for this little girl. A much shorter edition of Hard Talk with HDK tonight, because respectfully, I'm just going to give the family the space that they need for tonight and tomorrow as they put Adriana to rest. This is your girl, Head Teacher K, and I'm out.